a WikiVidi Documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. The Predator film. The Predator is a 2018 American science fiction action film directed by Shane Black and written by Black and Fred Dekker. It is the fourth installment in the Predator film series, following Predator, Predator 2, and Predators. Black had a supporting role in the original film, while John Davis returns as producer from the first three installments. The film stars Boyd Holbrook, Trevante Rhodes, Jacob Tremblay, Keegan-Michael Key, Olivia Munn, Thomas Jane, Alfie Allen, and Sterling K. Brown, and follows a group of PTSD-afflicted soldiers who must fight off an invading pair of predators. Talks of a new Predator installment began in June 2014, with Black being confirmed as writer and director. Much of the cast signed on between October 2016 and January 2017. Filming took place in British Columbia from February to June 2017, with the entire climax being reshot in July 2018 following poor test screenings. The Predator premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 6, 2018, and was theatrically released in the United States on September 14, 2018 by 20th Century Fox, in IMAX and Dolby Cinema, as well as standard formats. The film received mixed reviews from critics and has grossed over $123 million worldwide. Plot: a Predator ship crash lands on Earth. Army Ranger sniper Quinn McKenna and his team are attacked by the Predator on a hostage retrieval mission. McKenna incapacitates the Predator and has its armor mailed off. At the behest of government agent Will Traeger, he is captured and held for examination. Traeger also takes the Predator to a lab for experimentation and observation, recruiting evolutionary biologist Casey Brackett to study it. The Predator awakes, breaks out of its bonds, kills lab workers, but spares Brackett before leaving. McKenna is bussed off with a group of other government captives, including ex-Marine Gaylord Nebraska, Williams, military veterans Coyle and Baxley, helicopter pilot Nettles, and Lynch, another ex-Marine. Seeing the Predator escape from the lab firsthand, they take over the bus. Taking Brackett with them, they head over to McKenna's estranged wife, Emily, where he expects to find the Predator armor he mailed off. However, McKenna's autistic son Rory has gone trick-or-treating while wearing this armor in hopes of avoiding detection from bullies. McKenna and the others find his son just in time to stop a pair of Predator dogs from ambushing the boy. The Predator chases them into a nearby school. They start to give the Predator's armor back when another, larger Predator arrives and kills the first. They flee, and the second Predator sets out to retrieve the lost technology. Brackett concludes that the Predators are attempting to improve themselves with the DNA of humans and, presumably, other planets' inhabitants. The team flees to an abandoned barn, but Traeger finds them, captures them, and shares his theory that the Predators anticipate that climate change will end their ability to retrieve human DNA for further hybridization, so they are scrambling to retrieve it before it is too late. Seeing Rory drawing a map to the spaceship, Traeger takes the boy away to go to the ship. The team escapes and goes after him with the help of a brain-damaged Predator dog. When all are at the crashed Predator ship, the second Predator arrives, kills Lynch, and explains through translation software that it will blow up the ship to keep it out of their hands and then give them all a head start before it hunts them down. The Predator quickly kills off most of the team. Traeger tries to use a Predator weapon on the alien, but accidentally kills himself in the process. The Predator takes Rory, presumably because his autism reflects an advancement in human evolution and is therefore worthwhile in the Predator hybridization, and flies away in his ship. McKenna, Nebraska, and Nettles land on the ship's exterior, but the Predator activates a force field. This slices Nettles' legs off, and he falls off of the ship to his death. Nebraska sacrifices himself and slides into the ship's turbine, causing it to crash. McKenna sneaks into the ship as it crashes and attacks the Predator. After the crash, Brackett arrives, and the three overpower and kill it. They pay their respects to their fallen comrades with trinkets representing each one before heading off. After these events, McKenna and Rory are seen in a science lab watching the opening of cargo found on the Predator's ship. A piece of technology floats out and attaches itself to a lab worker, working as a transformative, predator killer suit before deactivating. Pre-production. In June 2014, Fox announced a sequel. Shane Black, who also starred as supporting character Rick Hawkins in Predator, directed and co-wrote with Fred Dekker, while John Davis produced. Davis has said of the film that he thinks it is fresh and reimagines the franchise in a different, interesting way. In February 2016, Black stated that the title of the new sequel would be The Predator. He has referred to the project as an event film which aims to elevate the Predator series. It's an attempt to eventize the Predator again. An attempt to make it more mysterious. Black also expressed that the film would mark a return to the intimate scale of the original film and that the filmmakers hoped to achieve the same sense of wonderment and newness that Close Encounters had when that came out. The film is set in the present day and the titular character has upgraded armor. The film follows the events of Predator and Predator 2, but is set prior to the events of the 2010 film Predators. Black has said that he looked for plot details set up in the previous Predator movies that he could retrospectively link back to with the new film. To that end, Jake Busey was cast as Sean Keyes, the son of Peter Keyes. In February 2016, the studio revealed a teaser image of the film, confirming the title The Predator. Martin Wist served as the film's production designer, while Effects House Amalgamated Dynamics provided the creature effects for The Predator, having done so previously for the Alien vs. Predator films. Chief Executive Officer of 20th Century Fox Stacey Snider shared her thoughts on The Predator and Shane Black and Fred Dekker's script. Casting. Arnold Schwarzenegger talked with Black about returning as his character from the first Predator film, but declined the cameo due to the short role. Rapper 50 Cent also spoke of the possibility of being involved in the film, but ended up dropping out. By September 2016, Benicio del Toro had signed on to star. The following month, Boyd Holbrook replaced del Toro, who departed due to scheduling issues. In November 2016, Olivia Munn joined the cast. In January 2017, Trevante Rhodes, Keegan-Michael Key, Sterling K. Brown, Thomas Jane and Jacob Tremblay joined the cast. In February, Alfie Allen and Yvonne Strahovski were added. In March, the last main role was filled by Augusto Aguilera while Jake Busey was also cast in a supporting role. In March 2017, Edward James Olmos was cast as Sanchez, a military general. In August 2018, Olmos announced that his role had been cut from the final film to reduce the film's running time, as his character was not integral to the plot. Filming was scheduled to begin in February 2017 in Vancouver, British Columbia. On November 21, 2016, Larry Fong was confirmed hired as cinematographer for the film. Black announced that filming had begun on February 20, 2017. Filming wrapped on June 2, 2017. Additional photography in Vancouver took place in March 2018. On July 6, 2018, it was revealed the film's third act was entirely reshot due to test screenings. Box office. The Predator has grossed $50.5 million in the United States and Canada, and $72.7 million in other territories, for a total worldwide gross of $123.3 million, against a production and advertisement budget of $208 million. In the United States and Canada, The Predator was released alongside White Boy Rick, A Simple Favor and Unbroken, Path to Redemption, and was projected to gross $25.32 million from 4,037 theaters in its opening weekend. It made $10.5 million on its first day, including $2.5 million from Thursday night previews. It went on to debut to $24 million, finishing first at the box office, but marking a lower start than the 2010 film. It dropped 65% in its second weekend to $8.7 million, finishing fourth. Critical response. On review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of 34% based on 223 reviews, and an average rating of 5.1. The website's critical consensus reads, "The Predator has violence and quips to spare, but its chaotically hollow action adds up to another missed opportunity for a franchise increasingly defined by disappointment." On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 49 out of 100, based on 48 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of C on an A to F scale. Those on PostTrack gave it a 66% positive score and a 55% definite recommend. And social media monitor Relish Mix noted there were mixed reactions about the film online. Writing for The Hollywood Reporter, Jordan Mintzer called the film bigger, meaner, gorier, funnier than previous installments, writing, "Whether the world actually needs a sequel, and whether this reboot was necessary at all, is probably a question worth raising. But at least Black's take on it is to never take it too seriously while keeping us duly entertained." Brian Tallarico of RogerEbert.com praised the ensemble, pacing and Black's direction, writing, "Black is assisted greatly by an incredibly charismatic cast, and he knows how to use them to amplify their strengths." A. Dowd of the AV Club wrote, "The Predator, which Black penned with Monster Squad co-writer and director Fred Dekker, makes a few concessions to modern blockbuster filmmaking, including an overabundance of CGI, a blatantly franchise-thirsty ending, and some winking references to the original. But the movie's values are more 1988 than 2018. And that's what it makes it fun, at least in spurts." Black has captured the spirit of the bygone era of adrenaline junkie junk without getting all retro-fussy about it. He graded the film a B. In a negative review, Dennis Harvey of Variety called it an exhaustingly energetic mess in which a coherent plot and credible characters aren't even on the cluttered menu. Writing for Nerdist, Katie Walsh called the film messy, chaotic, and convoluted, adding that its comedy and action are at war with each other. Characters spew rat-a-tat quips while tussling with predators and their pets, essentially neutralizing the effect of both the humor and the action. Jonathan Barkan, writing for Dread Central, gave the film 2 out of 5 stars, saying, "Poor story choices and strange, if not outright silly, character decisions result in an experience that will ultimately leave audiences feeling a great amount of meh." Jim Vejvoda of IGN gave the film a 6.5 out of 10, saying, "The Predator does a lot right to reinvigorate the 31-year-old series, but everything crashes down during its frenzied, messy final act, a disappointing conclusion to what had largely been a fun romp up until that point." Controversy. Director Shane Black hired his longtime friend, Stephen Wilder Striegel, for a minor, unauditioned role in The Predator. Wilder has been a registered felony sex offender since 2010, when he pleaded guilty to enticing a minor by computer, after he attempted to lure a 14-year-old girl into a sexual relationship via email. A few days before picture lock on the film, Olivia Munn became aware of Wilder's history and approached Fox executives, insisting that the scene be removed. Black defended his casting decision and his friend, until later issuing a public apology and rescinding those comments amid backlash. Fox released a statement saying that they were unaware of Wilder's status. Co-star Sterling K. Brown tweeted in support of Munn, but initially, most other actors on the film remained silent, releasing statements after mounting public pressure. Possible sequels. The producer, John Davis, has said that The Predator sets up 2 sequels that he hopes Shane Black will return to direct. About this, Black said, "I would love to say we've been planning a trilogy, but I take one day at a time. In motion picture terms, that's one movie at a time." Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?